Good morning. So today we are going to discuss about the new topic in Java, that is event handling. So what is meant by event handling is whenever you are changing the state of an object by performing an action, that is called as the event. For example, on your Java program, if you click on a button, it's called an event. Or if you drag your mouse, it is an event. Or in a text box, if you selected, you are trying to enter data, it is an event. Or a radio button, anything, any action you are going to perform over the program is called as an event. So basically, what is event handling in Java program is when you do any action, how the program has to be respond for that particular event is nothing but event handling. So for example, in Java, we follow the concept called as the delegation event model. What is meant by delegation event model is basically in delegation event model, we have two important participants are there. One is source and the second one is the listener. What is source is the object on which the action is occurred is called as the source. So what the source will do is whatever the action which is taken place or whatever the event which is taken place on that source, that information is passed to the its handler. And what is this listener is always the is listener is known as the event handler. That is when a thing is happened for that, what we need to respond, what things we need to perform is done by this particular listener. So what is event delegation model is event delegation model is involves with the two main concepts. One is source and listener. Source is responsible for the providing information that what kind of event is occurred, and the listener is responsible for the event occurred, it performs the action. So the listener is also waits until the action is performed. So listener cannot perform action always until any event is performed on the source. Then only it will going to perform the action. So it will wait until the event is going to perform. So next, see this. One event source may have several listeners. That is, whatever the one action is performing or one event is going to happen, that information can be transmitted by the event source to several listeners. And also, not always we may have several listeners. Also, sometimes a event source may have single event listener. So one event may have many listeners or one event have one-to-one relationship also. Both ways it is possible. So, and what is event, what are the steps involved in event handling? I can rather than the steps, I can explain this with the help of a small program. Then you can better understand how this particular thing is going to work out. So see this particular figure here. What is happening is I have a button, click here. I have a button, click here. If I click on this particular button, click here, something I want to perform. So for that, what I am doing is, first of all, I have written my class, that is my listener. So I'm performing an action. That's why I need a listener called as the action listener. I can elaborately explain this in the next concept, but before that, so my class implements the action listener. Now how I make this is my event handling program. So whatever the whenever I perform event, I events are handled by this particular concept. But how I make my, so what is source? The button is the source. How the button is transmitting information to the my listener is, see this. Here I have created a button. We already know how to create a button b is equal to new button of click here. So whatever the information we will write here, that is going to appear on the top of the button. Now, for my button, I am associating the listener. How is with the help of this method b dot add action listener. So for the button, I am adding a listener event handler called as a listener, and for the listener, I am passing my class. So object new listener of. So now whatever the event which is happened on the button, that action event information is passed to the my listener. So in the my listener, I have a method called as the handler called as action perform. So whatever the piece of code we will write here in this particular action perform, it is going to do whatever the activity, what are the actions to be done further on response to clicking on the button. So what we need to simply do is, if I click on the button, I need to perform some actions. So how that particular is going to happen is, so click here is here my event source. It is transmitting the all the information that using the thing called as the action event to the my listener. So this is how we can able to perform action. We can So listen, next one is you may confuse, that is for what kind of components, what kind of listeners we have to use. For example, if you are using a button or text field or list or menu, we have to use action listener interface, and the event it generates is action event. So button, text field, list, menu, they are going to generate the action event, and for these all components they need to register with a listener called as the action listener. So for the frame, it is going to generate a window event, and the listener is window listener. For checkbox, choice, list, the listener is item listener, the event they are going to generate is item event. For scroll bar, the listener we have to use is adjustment listener, and the event they're going to generate is adjustment event. For the mouse, the listener we have to use is mouse listener, or we can also go for mouse motion listener also, mouse motion listener. And for keyboard, we have to use a listener called as key listeners. So with respect to whatever the components we are using, we need to use their respective listeners. So we need to remember these listeners. Next, see here. How here I have one. I taken one simple concept. What is the concept? Is I have it one text box and I have one button. If I click on the button, some information has to be appear in the text box. That is my task. So how I am going to achieve this particular concept by using a simple Java program, I can explain. Please try to follow. So what we required? We are required one text box and button. So you already know how to create a text box. So here I am using my frame, and here I am using the text box and button. So we already know that the button is going to generate an event. In the previous slide, you remember the button and text fields are going to use a listener called as action listener. That's why my program event handle extends for getting this frame. Here I am not using any applet. I am using frame for the container. We need some container to place text fields and buttons. For that, I am using frame, and my class event handle for listening the whatever the events which are happening on these text fields and button. I am using action listener. Action listener is an interface. That's why I am implementing the action listener. So now see, simply what we have done is we have created a text field by using new text field of, and after that we created a button, new button, and the text field and buttons are specified in a specific location by using a method called as setBounds. So by using the setBound method, I am able to place exactly wherever I want to place these components. Then after that, see, this is very important. How when I click on a button, something is happening. How it is happening is my button is connected with the action listener by using a method add action listener. For the action listener, how I am associating my class is by passing this. What is this? This is always pointing the current class object. My current class object I am passing as a parameter for this particular action listener. So what is happened is both the action listener interface and my class are binded together. So something is happening on my class, it is going to be intimated to the action listener by using a method called as the add action listener. So now what I have done is, so whatever the components we have created, those components I am added to my class by using add button and add text it. For setting the frame size, I am using the method set size of. Here I am not using any layout. That's why I made my set layout as null, and to make my frame visible, I made set visible as true. Now what is going to happen is, now see, if I click on the code, so what we've done, we made our button is in binded with the action listener. So automatically when I click on the button, the information is going to pass to the action listener, is going to pass to the action listener. In the action listener, the event handler code is which method is going to handle the event is, there is a method called as the action perform. We already know that all the information whatever the button and text field are going to pass to the event they generate is action event. So with the help of, so automatically the action perform method is going to execute. In that, what I made, text field dot set text of keep learning. So automatically when I click on the button code, automatically action listener action perform method is called, and in that what the code we have written, we written the code that is text field dot set text of keep learning. So the text is automatically placed inside the text box. So this is how we are handling the an event called as action event, and we are using the listener called as action listener. So next topic is key event handle. So what is key event handle is when you press any keys in the keyboard, automatically the information is passed to a listener called as the key listener. And the key listener having three abstract methods. The key listener is having three abstract methods. One is key press. It is response to the whenever you press a key. When you release the key, it will be handled by key release. And when you're typing any characters, it is handled by the key type. So basically the key listener interface is having three abstract methods. So better understanding the program, I can show the small program, try to understand. See here, so same, in the previous topic we have used the action listener. Here we are using the key listener. The same here. So first of all, I will show the output. Then you can better understand how this particular program is working. So see here, when I press a character in my keyboard, it is showing key type. When I release, it's showing key type. And whatever the characters I am entering here, so the characters are shown in this particular text box. So how it is happening is with the help of a small thing I will show. So whenever I press a key, it is showing key type. See here. So when I press here, when I press a key pressed, it's showing key press, key type. When I release, it's showing key release. How it is happening, I will explain with a simple small program. Try to understand it. So here, what I am needed, I need one text box. Here I'm not using text box, I need a larger text area. That's why I'm using text area. Area is equal to new text area, and with the help of the set bound methods, I am placing exactly where I have required. Now for my text area, whatever I have created, for that I am adding the key listener. Previous program we are added action listener. For buttons and text fields we need to use action listener. Here I need to listen my keys. That's why I'm adding with the key listener. So now the same concepts, add, I add here. So this all were discussed previously. Now see here, why it is when I press a key on top of the program, it is showing us, you press the key press, you key release. How it is showing is, see here, when I press a key, automatically the compiler will call the method called as the key press. It is when the key press method is called, what the information I have done, I dot set text of key press. That's why on top of that is showing key press. So when I release the key, what is going to happen is the compiler is going to call a method called as the key, with the help of key listener. It call the method key release. It will print the message key I dot. For that showing key release, what I have done is I dot set text of key release. So this is how I have made a simple program how to listen keys. So I think you understand how to handle keys. So next topic is mouse event handling. So what is mouse event handling is when you click mouse, when you enter the mouse, or when you exit from the object, or when you drag the mouse. If you want to do some actions, for that we need to use two interfaces, mouse listener interface, and second one is mouse motion listener interface. What is mouse listener interface is, it is going to handle mouse pressed event, mouse released event, mouse clicked, and mouse entered and mouse exit. I will show one by one. So whenever you entered into a frame, it will going to be handled by mouse entered. When you come out of the frame, it is going to handle by mouse exited. So, and also there is one more listener is also there, that is mouse motion listener. It is having the methods mouse moved and dragged. When you drag down your mouse, it is for that we use this particular mouse motion listener. So how we need to write a program for this mouse handling, I will show with small program, try to understand. So here, first of all, I will show with the execution. It's better for you. See here, now my cursor is out of the frame. That's why it is showing me mouse exited. If I entered the mouse, it is showing me mouse entered. For example, if I click mouse, it is continuously showing. I clicked my left click for continuous. That's why it's showing mouse press. If I release, it is going to show me mouse exited. So if I press mouse press, if I release mouse, so just mouse clicking is happened. So like this, see, mouse exited. So this is how mouse released. So these are the how we can handle the mouse actions. So how we made that? So here my class is implementing a listener called as mouse listener, and for that addition, we have the four methods are there: mouse clicked, mouse entered, mouse exited for handling mouse exited, mouse press. So whenever a specific action is going to happen, it respective method is going to call. For that respective method, I have written some code. That code is going to be executed. So this is how we can handle the mouse events. So here I'm simply placing a text. For example, if you return some code, automatic that code is also maybe automatically executed. For better simple understanding, I made only setting text only. If you written some graphics, anything, if you whatever you done, that particular action is going to happen when you click the mouse. So whatever the piece of code we are going to write inside this particular method mouse click, automatically when you click the mouse, all the code is automatically executed. So next topic he is, what is the problem with listener interfaces? So rather than theory part, I can show with the program, then you can better understand what is the problem. So for example, when I am using key listener interface here, I am using three methods: key pressed, key released, key typed. So for example, you are not interested to use key released method only. You are interested only key pressed and key typed methods only. For example, for that now what I am making is I am not interested to use key release. That's why I am making the comment this key released method, and now I'm trying to compiling my program. When you compile the program, see what is going to happen is it is showing that key listener example is not a abstract and does not override abstract method key released. What is this error is? So here we are using the listener key listener. I am already told that key listener is having three methods. So key released, key typed and key press. So whenever you are implementing interface, it is compulsory that whatever the class which is implementing the listener, all the methods in the listener must be implemented. So for example, what I done here, I made a comment, I am not implemented the key release. That's why my compiler is showing the error to me. Why? Because your current class, your key listener example is not abstract. For example, if it's abstract class, okay. The key listener example is not a abstract class, and also you are not implemented all the methods in key listener. So this is the basic problem. For example, if you are having only one method is okay. For example, if your listener is having one method is okay. For example, here key listener is having three methods okay. But sometimes some of the listeners, if you take window listener, it will contain 10 to 15 methods. If you for each and every time, if you need to, so if you previously we made a comment the key release method. Now I removed the key release method. That's why if I remove the comment from the key release, that's why it is not showing the any error. So for example, see here, if I compile this particular program, the error will be removed. So that is the problem with the listeners. So when you use the any listeners, maybe action listener, any listeners, all the methods in that listener must be implemented. It is a very problematic situation for us. To avoid this particular situation, what the Java developers are done is they came with a topic or concept called as the adapter classes. What is the adapter classes is, these adapter classes are abstract classes. Adapter classes are abstract classes. So what they made is, for the key listener interface, instead of using, for example, if you want to handle key events, instead of using key listener, you can use key adapter. Key adapter is the adapter class. So adapter, if you have an adapter class is the abstract class. If you have an abstract class, then you need not to provide the body for all the methods in the adapter class. For whatever the method you want to provide the body, for that method only we can provide the body. That is the advantage of the abstract class. So for that reason, rather than using key listener, we are using key adapter. So for each and every top concept, they provide the adapter. For key listener, they provide key adapter. For mouse motion listener, they provide mouse motion adapter. For mouse listener, they provide mouse adapter. For window listener, they provide window adapter. See here, the window listener is having 7 methods. If you are using window listener, it is mandatory that the class, whatever the class which is implementing the window listener, must need to have 7 methods in that particular class. If you provide a body, if you don't provide a body, not it's not a problem, but compulsory you should have a 7 methods in your class. That is the drawback. To avoid this, we need to go for the adapter classes. So adapter classes are abstract classes. See, I will show with a small example. I can explain you how this particular adapter classes are going to be function. See here. Here my class is not implementing key listener. Here I am extending key adapter. So Java is not supporting multiple. That's why at a time we have only single class as a parent. That is the reason we cannot extend the frame. That is the reason why here what I am doing is for frame class I am creating an object called as the f. Previous all programs our classes are extending the frame. That's why it is not required for us to create the object for the frame class. But here what we do, we are already extended key adapter, which is not possible to extend the frame class. That's why for the frame class I created one object. Now with the help of that particular frame class object, f is equal to new frame of, like that I created an object called as the frame class object. And I'm created one text area and everything I'm added to frame by using the concept called as f dot add of I, f dot add of area. So like that, all f dot set size, f dot set layout, like that, all the components are setted with a frame object called as the f. So see here, and here I am using key adapter. Now I'm interested to use only key release only. Previously, whenever I am using key listener, it is mandatory that we need to provide a body for the key pressed, key released, and key type. But here, when you are using adapter classes, it is not mandatory for providing a body for all the class, all the methods. I am interested to provide the body for the only the for the abstract method key released only. For that only I am providing the body. So this is how I have succeeded. Rather than providing a body for all the methods in the listener interface, I am providing only one method body by using adapter classes. So this is the advantage of, see, our compiler program, there is no error if it doesn't provide a body for all methods also. So see, our program is successfully executing. This is the advantage of the adapter classes. So like that, you can also go with the mouse adapter also. Previously, if you remember the previous program, in the mouse listener we need to provide the body for mouse click, mouse entered, mouse exited, for all mouse release, for all these things we need to provide the body. Now here I am not using mouse listener, I am extending the mouse adapter. That's why I am providing the only body for the mouse clicked method only. So in the mouse clicked method I have created an object for the graphics class. For that I am setting a color blue color, and after that I am also filling a vowel. When I click the mouse, automatically one vowel symbol is going to play. See the output of the program, how it is working. So if I click here, one ellipse is going to drawn here. So like this. So that is the advantage of the adapter classes. So what is the simple difference between listener and adapter is, if you use listener, the class which is implemented in listener need to provide the body for the all the methods in listener. To overcome this particular problem, we need to go for adapter classes. In the adapter class, it is not mandatory to provide the body for the all the abstract methods. Whichever the abstract method you are seriously interested, for that abstract method only we can provide body. So this is the main advantage of adapter classes. So by this we are concluded the event handling concept. So if you want these all the programs, you can find these programs in this particular